Start this video with a point about the seedings. Not just this, also the PTC and the bizarre WDF seeding system, which I think may well order a lot of very small tournaments, which maybe a lot of the say better WDF players aren't in. I think example I'll quickly explain. 32 PTC seeds, and as opposed to 32 players with best averages according to Darts Oracle. So I wanted to issue slightly of the stats. I'm saying some of the you have listed the player more than once. So like I suppose like Kevin Long, the player, they've got him in 3 different places mixed with his surname. So not 100% reliable, I would say. But I think in their situation, with 6 seeds on in their top 32 player averages since November last year. The 6 are Darryl Gurney, Dimitri Vandenberg, Andrew Gilding, Peter White, Brendan Dolan, and Joe Cullen. And then you have 6 who unseeded players who are in the top 32 of the averages, who are Cameron Menzies, Wesley Nyman, Jermaine Wattermina, Martin Lukeman, William O'Connor, Ryan Joyce. Now, as O'Connor, as a recent pro tour, did very well indeed, actually, for a while. And then he was going well in, I don't know where it was, last 16 or something, and then another fellow in the match. So he's in reasonable form. The others definitely are. I mean, there's no doubt whatsoever that Joyce, Lukeman, Wattermina, Nyman, and Menzies are in a much better form this time with 3 of them were earlier in the year. And so there's a good chance they could have been seeded anyway if the rankings would be done slightly differently, unless maybe from involving last year. However, the WF rankings are bizarre. Assuming the Oracle data is correct, and that saying I'm a little sceptical. But you look at here, Danny Potter, he's on the second page. He's about 2/3 away down the number 1 seed in terms of a 12-month average. Look at the top. In fact, slightly my mouse one place there. So in fact, it's even worse. He's actually nearly in 3/4, in fact, bottom quarter, frankly. Danny Porter, despite actually being one number 1 seed, that is absolutely bizarre. Look at these seedings I show here. The top 17 seeds, so 17 the rankings rather, only 5 are seeded. And you're looking at the second bit, you've got Brandon Weening is also on top 4 seeds, is also some way behind. I mean, Edwin Johnson is 5th lowest of the averages, and he's seeded 13. And actually, look, he's one person actually looked up to wonder what was going on there. And he's won, and I don't sound pejorative, I think about 10 competitions, I think, in Scandinavia, where a lot of other people might not be playing in. But how he's got 5th worst average on qualifying, and actually I qualified at all, I have to say, is a bit debatable. But that is not a good average. That's still as a seed, but that sort of average is a 7.6. I mean, you look at the PTC, which Sandra Eric Sozing, Vision rankings of 1200 is 75.59. Yeah, and there's another player there as well who's crossed down. And that's by far one of the worst 2 players in the seeding for that competition. And it's just ridiculous looking at it. And sadly, I was sure about some use of betting for this. You can't, because everyone else knows this as well. And McGurk, I mean, Jimmy She's the favourite, season number 2, but McGurk, Brooks, a number of other people who are thinking, you had a decent ranking, averages, and there might be some value there. I'm afraid the punters ahead, all the bookmakers ahead of you as well. They know this. This is why, in fact, people like Danny Porter are not one of the favourites. Jimmy Van Schie is the favourite, but a number of other people who high ranking unseeded. Shane McGurk's a short price, for example, not a favourite, but a short price. Jordan Brooks seems a short price. So, I don't wonder what if it's gone. The seeding system there in the WDF has been a bit odd. I'm interested in to change. Brian Roman, right at the bottom of the first page there, was seed number 1 2 years ago. He's a very, I can't remember Brian Roman. I mean, he's a very strange thrower. So I'll come back to actually. I comment Henry. I'm from Henry surname, a known commentator from the Super Series, saying that as a player, and I have to remember his name now, very bizarre, but saying, well, he makes Brian Roman look boring. So I think I've seen Roman trying for blind one-line data video quite recently. So anyway, I can move on to the players now. And to start with, I'll go for 24 players highest in those 12-month rankings who haven't actually made it to the PTC World Championships and aren't in the WDF Championships. In order there, Dom Taylor, who's recently been suspended for alleged corruption, so that's why he may well have been in that. I think he would have been, but in PTC Championship it can't be. Adam Smith-Neal, who has been unsuspended now, and he's a very controversial person about some allegations about him and some stuff he didn't send darts related to when he hit somebody in a fight. He got banned for about 6 months. He's recently come out from suspension. I think he just had no chance to get any points, ranking points to actually qualify for anything, although maybe that's his own fault, clearly. Steve Lennon, Steve West, Mike Kankerhoven, Boris Kritschmar, Andy Baton, so I wonder if he's regretting attending WF Champion. I wonder if he's regretting actually now going into the PTC. He's just outside keeping his tour card, but I think he wonder whether he's better off staying where he was. He's not an awful season, but he's certainly have a fight to keep his tour card next year. Graham Hall, Daniel Closer, Darrell Pingram, Matthew Dennett. Very sad for me. This is one of my favourite players. He had a shocking last few years, really, poor since he won the Grand Slam. And then there was a disastrous match against Mervyn King in the World Championships, where I started exactly one time when just decided one of his famous miscounts when he was supposed to need a bull and went for a double top or vice versa. I think I was one of I think it was the bully one who went for double top. I missed it, but sad for me. I mean, great to say I was a fan, and then sad to say how downhill he's gone. Steve Beaton, the legend, who didn't quite make it into the World Championship qualifiers, obviously now retiring, going to the seniors tour. George Killington, well, must know for a very unchallenged reaction to Scott Wick's 9 darter. I don't know if Killington's always that miserable, but he got a reputation just being absolutely miserable after that one. John Henderson, actually going to 5th of December, Legends event in Newcastle. I don't say Newcastle, it's at Gateshead. I don't know from Gateshead. The Feds are there, 5th December. Hopefully Aspinall, Humphreys, Mardle, and apparently John Henderson. Reading, I thought about this event. I mean, Matthew Edgar, again, massive Edgar fan. He's of course in this in the WF tournament, saying I think that you can only exhibition have only 3 current I think tour card PTC tour card holders, and some say it's actually 2 now. I think, or I said it's not anymore 3, and that may be why you only got 2 tour card holders in the exhibition, rather than as obviously Henderson along with Mardle doesn't have a tour card. You have Harry Ward, Darren Beveridge, Ice Cold. I mean, it's actually his nickname. I think it is. I know I see Matthew Edgar call him that. Scott Taylor, Lucas Renning, Danny Larby Jr., Radoslav Skansky, the legends there, Sam Whitlock and Mervyn King, and then Justin Hood. All of those are missing out. Mervyn King is not. He was a PDS, no legend, was WDF, and I hope he gets the Legends Tour. Mervyn King, he can be an Arsenal with hockey, but I remember one of the people saying, "Oh, all these things have been being a bit miserable," and then reacting. He's like he can react happily to a good outshot, but he gets no one else does. His reaction to Forden beat him in the 2000. No, it must be 2004. No, 2000. Oh God, what was it? 2000. Maybe 2004, maybe 2002. BDO final was just a fantastic reaction. It was not what you expect from Mervyn King. He admits he sometimes gives off, as I just towards the bottom one there. So that is those other players who are in neither of them world finals. So in order here, as we go through again, we go through it in order. I have to take this button and that goes there. Now let's hope I don't butcher too many names here. And also, it's like this with Oracle. It doesn't do sort of umlauts and umlauts or whatever you call it. My poor Portuguese language. Or Francois Chechewen, as I try and butcher his name as much as possible. It doesn't notice the symbol over an E or anything like that, or the Francois as a symbol of a C. It doesn't do that. You have to type in Francois about any symbols when they exist. So I was saying sometimes that Oracle, it looks very good, but I just wonder if it's slightly flawed. Has an advantage over America Case or about 4. And Danny Porter, Mr. says everything, isn't it? Number 1 seed, Danny Porter, his deal average is below his two first round people. I mean, it's ridiculous, really is. I know what competition Danny Porter's been entering. I just think it's competition to end up with number 1 seed. Just enters things other people don't enter. So he gets a lot of points in small competitions, and that's the reason he gets there. So I mean, Francois will probably get to a second round, sorry, third round there. If he should be a first round and the next one. I think Brian Romano was number one seed a couple of years ago, and now he's actually Corey Grenfell is actually 4% or 4 points ahead of him, and Martin Turner again. It's big. No, seed isn't. Martin Turner is not. He has a relatively low average, so Grenfell should win that one. Carl Wilkinson and Jacob Taylor are better than Benjamin Patner. Sorry, me. Patner wouldn't. Oh God, no. Patner. No, no, oh God. Edgar has problems with this as well, and I have to admit, I'm not very sympathy for it with him. I think it's something thinking, you should get his names right. I think I'll take what I live on the video to get names right. And again, Wilkinson and Jacob Taylor have significant average advantage over him. Dane Beaton, Bradley Kirk's been around for a while. Thomas Youngans is actually slightly better average than certainly Kirk, but not Beaton. Jordan Brooks, she's one there which has a slightly large advantage in first round matter, and Yu Matsuda, badly winning again. It's 4 down on the averages in that combination. Scottish guy Mark Morelli against Shane McGurk. Shane McGurk 89.29. I think he's the highest actual yearly average, or since November, yearly average of all the players in competition. So a lot he's not seeded. I have to wonder about that. Against Edward as a Torbenson, he was a seed ahead of his seed and 11.5 points, basically. Worse a player than Shane McGurk. I mean, Mike Gillett, a mile had a good better than Kyle Smith was on the weakest, but along with further down with Craig Brown, who some way the weakest averages in this tournament. Peter Mates is around a while, but here's a fair average there. Scott Walters, Craig Brown, and Cliff Pryor, much of muchness perhaps fair. Pat Covers has a decent average, and Ron Lizon is a significantly better average. Favourite for competition, Jimmy Ranchi, he's second average in the highest average in competition. That's not a surprise. He's well up there. The legend, I have to admit, I love his YouTube channel. It's probably his last tournament. He's had a number of injury problems, and he's saying this will be it in terms of tournaments. He just can't cope with injuries. It's going to be interesting. Yama Bottenberg and Juan Hogarth, it's all much again. In fact, Edgar and Hogarth basically the same average this year. So it's going to be tough there to call any of those three through. Paul Lim, a legend. Just recently watching the 2 9-dot attempts he had. Of course, the famous one he got against Jack McKenna 1990 World Championships. And then I couldn't remember exactly it was. I think it was 2016. One against Gary Anderson, who was just double 12 away from making another 9-dot finish. Incredible, the legend, forever, frankly. And in fact, he might get through here because he's got Moreno Bloom and he's better than him on averages. And Kevin Lung fan has 3 different combinations of name on Darts Oracle. And I think Kevin Lung is actually, I think, is maybe given a name that might usually use. I was looking on with Google just to check up what, so somebody named Kevin suddenly turning up in his description. I didn't know that was his first name, to be honest. So, and Lim may well be getting to a third round here. Dennis Nielsen should outscore, and the singer, we're not actually singer Howard Jones, poor joke there. But Nielsen's there. Gary Stone, been around a while, should get through to the third round ahead of those two. And you've got Darren Johnson and Reece Colley, Neil Duff. I think Reece Colley more likely to be one to take Neil Duff on. Neil Duff won it 2 years ago. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. It's the title between the two of them. Two are better players than averages of competition. Aaron Turner was a half-decent player, I believe. I still remember, maybe I'm mixing it with someone else. I don't think I'm mixing it with Aaron Monk. I definitely think Aaron Turner, I seem to remember being a decent player, but maybe mixing it with someone. I may just be mixing up with a couple of names there. And Jeff Springer Jr. Wikipedia, ever says it's Jeff Springer. There's no Wikipedia page, you can't check this. It is Jeff Springer Jr., not Jeff Springer Sr. In fact, actually, it's a better average. Assuming with Jeff Springer listed on Dr. Oracle is his dad, he has a better average than Jeff Springer Jr., but Jeff Springer Jr. is a qualifier. They take on by Copeland, although just about average all of them, but the two of them. Simberg Gibels, again, Kevin Luke and Lee Mendel Lawrence. Mendel Lawrence having a better average of all of those. And finally, we've got Laszlo Kadar, Hannes Schiner, Jason Brandon. Jason Brandon has slightly a better average of all of those. So butchering names. I remember poor old. I still have. He's a legend of what you said. He died a few years ago now. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness. Yes, he did die as well. Oh man, but my old age, it's just hit me. Suddenly think, oh, talk about. Oh, hang on a minute. What my? Yeah. So anyway, let's move on. I'll come back to a minute here with me. But who's going to win? I mean, look at the averages here. I mean, Van Shee and McGurk avoid each other. So Van Shee probably should be favourite, but his value is probably not there. So we have to, if looking at for betting, then pick up. I find it. We use Betfair for the odds here. Van Shee's about just a 3-1. Second favourite. Gary Stone. There's not a lot of money on liquidity on the market, so it can be difficult to tell. So I might check. Odds checker for this, although odds checker recent times been very dubious and charging. Looking at more than one, like 8 markets or something. There's lack of liquidity in Betfair, so it's a little difficult actually to have anything definite. I see we actually have someone has a market up here apart from Betfair, so I can actually check here. So let's see on. Yeah, it's got a few markets here. Van Shee best price 7-2. Then it's Gary Stone at 6.5-1. Both Duff and McGurk 9-2. It's a good value there. Second half, half to be averages 9-1. Have to be a first round game. Young is at 12, then Loris at 18. Danny Porter 22. I think that's short, frankly, given his form. Unless there's something on the averages I'm missing. Even though he's seed number 1. Jacob Taylor 22. Pat Nanner 25. Brandon 28. Francois Chien 28. And Wonderful 28. And the rest of them are a bit higher behind best prices. The rest of them must say higher than that. And I'll put a couple of good Medica because, why not? But I'm not really had a large bet anything sizable on this at all. I mean, even apart from that, seeing a couple of quid bets, just seeing to the averages. Let's have a look at the order of the averages again. See if there's any value here. Jacob Taylor's 4th highest. Yes, but I'm just seeing if there's anything. Grunewald 28 might be Grunewald's. What is he? 5th in the averages. It's a possibility there. This is betting. Jordan Brooks. No, I didn't mention Jordan Brooks, I think, actually. Did I mention Jordan Brooks, 175-1 you can get on him, and he's. Oh, that's bizarre. He's a 6 half to averages. Right, I'm not sure I understand that. I mean, it's quite much of the averages. There's not a huge amount between them. I mean, the top 26 players, there's only 7.2. So it's not like it's a huge amount, but I don't quite know why he'd be 175-1, to be honest with you. Let's have a look at some of the others. I'll just have a go through, maybe see. And there's only some outsiders here, but I just don't understand that. Sorry, I'm just having a look at what his draw is. I mean, it's obviously mentioned him, and I can't just find him again. Jordan Brooks, he's probably. Draw's not that bad. I had to choose someone. I'd say a minute Jordan Brooks, and say 5-1, and he's reasonably high in the averages, and I don't know. I'm slightly lost by this actually. I really am. This is most strange. Just having a look at what's everyone else. And besides Swagger, so Morelli, Matsada, number of them. I'm just seeing where they are in the averages, and just seeing if there's any value in any of these. Outside Morelli's world back on here. Somewhere, but I just don't to bottom to top basically. That's Suda. Let's see. I mean, look at this. I mean, Martin Turner is 25 to 1, 28 to 1, and 300 to 1. And someone please explain what's going on there. Literally, there's a 25, a bit of 20, a bit of 40 actually, I missed. And a 33, 300 to 1. I mean, I'm one of them just what the odds were. Martin Turner, where's he? He just got the odds wrong. Where is he? I might just work. Right, that's strange. That is ridiculously strange. Literally, there's 40 to 1 and then 300 to 1. I don't know why that's suddenly the case. I mean, he's a seed. He'll have to say Danny Porteous or someone in the second round of our saying it's not the. But he's actually on average than the one seed anyway. Yeah, I think Martin Turner, I think more or less value at 300 to 1, but I mean, I think that's value if someone's just got the odds wrong. I mean, the odds palpable error. It's not a huge mistake though, but it's a bit strange there. Let's just check. Okay, so just going through which is basically we're going from the outsiders to more fancy people. James Beaton, now what's going on there? James Beaton, 301. Beaton's like he's 13th in the averages. Strange. Bradley Kirk's been on _1. He's a high price. I think he's overpriced as well. Really, most couple of but looking there, look at the rest of them. Then Howard Jones is somewhere back. Not because I have to. It's not. But WDF system is not my special. Well, but as any darts is my speciality is BGC. I mean, I know what TC players. I don't really know the BDO players. Still talking boxes of strange price. Why one? Oh, one Hogarth the dart. I'm not sure his average. Hogarth as well. He's a decent player. I mean, his average isn't too bad. I think he might be worth a bit of money. So there's a few outsiders on this. Richard Dawson is 150 to 1, and I think he's one of the. I mean, he's a mile behind the averages. I mean, yeah, he's just not. I mean, that is. There should be better odds when a player. You know, he's a mile short for I think where he should be, even though he's a seed. This is very strange. Aaron Johnson. So he's down to shorter price players, but relatively anyway. Carl Wilkinson. Beverages. Well, you never know. Might go for a few quid. Port Limon after 1. Oh, gee, no. I'm only around back about 10 players, about 2 quid or something here. But I mean, well, yeah, no, not quite 10, maybe. Not far off it, probably. Window Bloom. No, not you. And after this, I think the rest of it's about, you know, it's, and maybe and perhaps a bit of a look at Reece Colley. Betting, let me. I presume that is probably it. I'm just trying to find around 2 players here. Before you get to about 50 to 1, I'm looking for a few outsiders here, really. Pryor, can't. Oh, yes. Where's the player? I just can't see him. I can't quite see where he is in my stats. Oh, there he is. And then after that, you got Egg at 50 to 1, and then everyone else is a bit short on. I think probably after that, I think there's no real great value of any of them. Looking at the top rank players are saying Shane McGurk, as I said, is one of the is like a bit of value possibly, but I don't know. Maybe Hughes Van Shee, and you got Stone Taylor. Taylor possibly slight value. And Grunevel's maybe a bit of value. But after that, I think that's the end of the bet. I mean, Copeland may be a bit of run. You know, better maybe 2 equivalent. So at a minute, I've got literally a few quid on Jordan Brooks, Barry Copeland, Reece Colley, Carl Wilkinson, James Beaton, Paul Lynn, Bradley Kirk, Warren Hogarth, and Martin Turner. And partly my intention is why is 300 to 1. Okay, the other betting. That's 9 people. A few could have 9 people. Not a lot of money. That's what I was saying. I think I'll go for. And that, frankly, I think is the end of it.